at the risk of sounding foolish, why would anybody want to uphold a point of view that's conspiratorial and paranoid? I thought I would state these thoughts. They're not facts. They're fears, true. They're concerns, in the hope that by sharing them, maybe I could prevent or reduce the likelihood of them becoming true. Because the best way for evil to flourish is for good men to stand by and do nothing, and the easiest way to do that is to do nothing in a state of ignorance, not knowing that evil has occurred at all, or is about to occur. Now, to start things off, that was my preface, but to start things off, I'm going to quote Eric Dollard loosely. A wolf never changes the color of his skin because that's the nature of a wolf. If the nature of the wolf is going to be to go into the chicken coop and kill off a few chickens, you can beat the wolf silly, thinking you'll beat some sense into him, and yet the wolf will keep doing what he's doing because that's its nature, is to steal and gobble up chickens from the chicken coop. I've been warned many times, or several times, to keep my mouth shut and stop sharing. And it's been given to me to know this with a certain amount of gravity, a certain amount of seriousness. But when do I ever heed the warning? Sometimes I'll take something off the internet that I posted. I'll remove it. But I've been warned a few times that it's just a question of when, not whether or not, something absurd will happen to me, and to quiet me, to silence me, because it's happened before. My own mother did it. My own brother got involved along with her, because they couldn't stand me opening my mouth. You know, these were people who could not think logically. They had to think emotionally. They had emotional-based reasoning. And it scared them. It scared them that I could see the holes in their arguments. You know, to be born among people who don't want to be exposed for what they do, I was their worst nightmare, basically. So what my hunch is, and it's been coming to me, is that it would be very easy, you know, everybody has vulnerabilities, right? It makes it easy to be attacked. All you have to do is, if you want to attack somebody, is discover their vulnerability and go after them. Mine is that I've been taking money fraudulently from government for several decades, and I took no serious stance to prevent it from happening. I made a little complaint, but it fell on deaf ear. It didn't, well, I didn't object enough. Anyway, so I made a stew 6 months ago, and I have not gotten the letter yet. Maybe I have, and it's sitting in my mailbox. The main thing is I'm not shutting up, though. Yeah, no, it's not that. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic. I'm afraid I'll end up in a mental ward, and all my possessions will be removed from my apartment, thrown away so that I won't have a home to come home to, even if I could come home. Oh, we're sorry, we made a mistake. There's nothing wrong with you. Gee, why did we think that? Because somebody said you were, and we believed them because they had so much clout and reputation in society. So we thought, oh, it must be true. That'll put a stop, and then all my accounts removed online, so that any trace of me will just disappear. I thought something like that would happen immediately after I die, or soon afterwards, but I never thought it would happen beforehand. And I may end up, how long can I last in a institution where they, because I depend on a whole bunches of protocols just to stay comfortable and let alone healthy. And they all work. They're all natural, alternative, health protocols, but I have to keep them up. They're crutches that I have to maintain. So I am very vulnerable, and yet I stupidly act like I'm not. Like I have infinite protection from Almighty Divine. Yeah, right. I just have an ego, that's all it is, and vanity, and I want to be heard, I guess, and show off my intellect. Anyway, that's my fear. That somebody will decide to shut me up, and it won't be that hard to do it. So I made this little video to share my thoughts, because I don't know, it does bother me a little bit, or else I wouldn't be doing this. Anyway, I guess I have nothing more to say, huh? Sure was fun while it lasted, though. Oh, the exuberance of insight and sharing insight. It just tickles me to no end. Yes, self-pleasure from sharing and discovery. Oh, I love discovery. It's been my pastime my whole life. Sometimes not of pleasant thoughts, pleasant things. Things I don't seek to know. Their understanding comes to me, and I don't enjoy it. But what the hell, I certainly don't seek that kind of understanding, though. It just comes. Maybe I'm naive enough to be curious about something, not knowing what I'm getting into, and then I discover, ooh, there's some mud here. human origin, derivation. Certainly not of nature, because nature wouldn't get into anything disgusting. In the idealistic sense, not on the animal sense of what animals do. Animals only do what they do because they're starving, and they're of course they're going to act wild. Or criminal. In our society we call it criminal, because they're starving and they got to get a meal down their throats. So of course they're going to do things that we would consider to be criminal. Just take a lion and raise it from cubhood among humans, and then try to introduce it into the wild. It can be pretty nasty. Rude awakening. I'm thinking of the movie Christian the Lion. Anyway, so I wouldn't last long in the wild of society, the jungles of society. I wouldn't last. Yeah, not a chance. I think I have a cozy existence, but for how long? Okay, I'm dwelling too much.